Alrighty, we're back. So let's verify once again. There's nothing in there. Nothing in here. I stick my finger in here to make sure there's no round in there. And this is my second check on it. So with the slide forward, if you're doing a holster where you have a sweat shield and it's a gun that gets carried cocked and locked, make sure that when you do your pattern that you draw the pattern with the gun cocked and locked, because otherwise you might get that sweat shield wrong, because you can see where your hammer is and when you go back where your hammer is. This also has the extended beaver tail grip safety, so it's a little different bear. But as usual, put my magazine back in. 1, so I don't lose it. 2, just in case I need it. You're not getting a gun in there. So the first thing we need to do is kind of just open it up. You can wiggle it around a little bit, get it opened up a bit, and it kind of loosens some of the fibers of the leather. And we're gonna put the gun in. Now, if I put the safety up on this, the slide's not gonna move. And I want to put it all the way in. And it's a little bit of work. And as you can see, it fits. And it wasn't too bad. When we go to wet form it, I'll have a bag around it, a plastic baggie around the gun, and it'll be in there. But the next step we need to do is we need to make our belt slots. So before I wet form, I like to have my belt slots done, because it's easier to do it when you can still get the holster flat. But this is the first time that we can get it in there and check to make sure that it's going to fit the gun. So you always want to do that before you go too far. So I'll probably tack this into another video, probably right before I cut the belt slots in it. And I'm going to do that next. It's just going to take me a little bit to find all my stuff to do that. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hey guys, back again. Time to form our slide holster. The belt loop's burnished out really nice. Everything's ready to go for forming. So I have my bucket here, which I always keep a bucket of water. I don't have a faucet or a sink downstairs here. And we just gotta flip that over in a minute. The gun, I was out and about today, so it is loaded. So stick a finger in there, because it never hurts to do that. You can make sure you're empty. No magazine. Keeping it cocked and locked, because that's just how I do it. Put my round back in the mag. I'm not going to put the mag back in, obviously, because it's loaded. I do, by the way, carry just a lead round nose. You know, there's a lot of different things you can carry. Some people carry those hollow points. I know how this gun shoots with these, and it's very accurate. I'm going to flip my holster over. Now while that side's soaking, I'm going to take just a regular gallon plastic bag, and I'm going to set the gun in it. This will protect the gun while we're forming it, and it will also leave just a little extra space, because once you take the gun out of it after forming, the leather's going to contract a little bit. Now, I'll do my forming and I'll let it sit. Usually I'll let it sit overnight. Might be a couple of days this time. This is my weekend to work, so I've been just busy as heck. Got another card wallet done. And this one's a little different than the last couple that I did, but you know, working on another one. This one's brown. And this one I'm using the EcoFlow dye because I can get kind of an antiqued finish out of it. If you can see that. My furnace is about to start too. It's 3 degrees out this morning. That is Fahrenheit and it is above zero. It's been pretty chilly lately. Yesterday I don't think it got above zero. Now the holster's ready. Put the lid on my bucket. Well, maybe not. Get the bucket out of the way anyhow. Just going to shake off the excess. This is where I like to, when I form it, I'm going to put a curve on it, so it's going to be a right hand only holster at that point. Up until now it could be right or left. I'm going to take the gun. We did our initial fit, so it'll be, you know, it was a little stiff to get in there. It's going to still be a little stiff to get in. But I will say these are a nice holster once they're done. And as far as forming goes, I'm not going to do a lot. I'm going to do a bit around the trigger guard here. And most of that is just going to be with my thumbs, my fingers. You can also take one of your tools and just kind of do a little bit with the handle. I don't want to get super carried away with it. I do get a bit around the ejection port here, but again, not going to get super carried away with it because, and I forgot to trim my fingernails and I just put a nick in it. Sometimes you can rub it a little bit and get those out. So we'll just do a little bit around the ejection port, right around the trigger guard here. And all this is really going to do is it's going to help with retention. Now, being a right-handed holster, I want to go ahead and just curve my wings in a little. I'm just going to work those, and this is, look at this. I got 2 more marks in from fingernails. I don't want it to bend right at the seam. I want it to bend more towards the outside a little bit. So we'll just wind up with it curved a little, and it'll lay a little flatter as it sits here and dries too. More in the trigger guard. And that's about all I'm going to do. I don't like doing a ton of forming on a holster. It just doesn't seem to serve its purpose real well. So, as far as these slots go, if you can take a ruler and go through, there's a little space there. So I'm going to kind of bring that down just a little bit. There, perfect. I could not ask for much better than that. So there's our wet forming. I'm gonna let this sit overnight. It kind of stinks. I know I didn't, it's been a little slow, a little long process, but we'll let this sit, and then tomorrow we will see how the gun actually fits in the dried holster, and then we'll dye it. I haven't exactly decided what color I want to do it. I have some dark brown, I have my EcoFlow, I have black, of course. So we'll see what we decide to dye it. If you got a suggestion, leave it down below. I might have it done by the time I get to it though. So stay safe and God bless, and we'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching.